afraid. I'm a boy, I'm afraid. You see what I say? I'm afraid. We need justice, justice.
Angry resident calling for justice for little 9-year-old Kelsey Ferrigan. Mother and victim speak out. Somebody is not telling the truth. You know what? Let's jet into this story. Welcome to Jet. So first and foremost, before we get into how Giovanni Coolie was able to continue to harm children, which authorities have failed the children, give thanks to Yahweh and to Yahushua. Yes, man. So tragedy struck in the hometown of Spanish Town. Yes, man. Joblin, St. John's Road, Valdez Road, Old Harbour Road, all of those places I am familiar with, and therefore this is very close to my heart to know that some monster of a person, some sorry excuse of demonic force that embedded in some of these youths' head, that they would go ahead and harm young children, right? And which authority are feeling these children, so these monsters are able to line the street. This is what took place on the 10th of May. Tragedy struck in the Joblins area.
A warm embrace from the Prime Minister as he empathized with the family of 9-year-old Kelsey Ferrigan, who was raped and murdered.
Yes, the young little girl was raped and unalive by this demon of a person who belongs nowhere but in hell. And now the police had to break the news to the children of the same school that will require counseling because of the tragedy and the tragic situation that they would now have to face up to, because many of them would have known the young girl and are familiar and are actually friends with the girl.
Sadness and seriousness were the order of the day at the St. John's Primary School in St. Catherine this morning as police officers broke the news about the killing of student Kelsey Ferrigan.
Students of the St. John's Primary School in St. Catherine gathered for an unusual devotion and grief counseling Monday morning.
We pray, God, that you'll cover this institution. We pray, God, for all the teachers. We pray, God, for all the students.
One resident expressed how scared she was for her son and she wants justice.
My son, I really understand because I show him. That's why I'm there here from after 6. I'm not left till 11:30 when school call. I'm afraid. I'm a boy. I'm afraid. You see what I say? I'm afraid. We need justice. Justice.
Many vloggers have been calling out for the bail act to be reformed because people are being freed so easily by judges. Sometimes you can say judges' hands are tied, they have to follow the law, and it's so easy for an offender to get bail, as in this case. And the Prime Minister is looking at ways of tightening that law, and apparently that law has been passed, and probably a little bit too late for this monster of a demonic person who done such an atrocious act on the young child. But making the sex offender register public is another issue up for debate, and whether that is feasible and workable, because other jurisdictions, particularly in the UK, have a system as such but refuse to make the register public for everyone to see. And obviously there are very sensible reasons for that, because Jamaica is a country that sometimes takes the law into their own hands, and therefore you'll have a lot of vigilantism where people, if they know that someone lives in the area who may have committed certain act, they will go there and probably beat that person and make that person unalive. So therefore you cannot just make a register to the public so visible, and they probably might have to adopt a system as in the UK, which calls Sarah's Law, where if you are concerned about a person who are encountering children, you can ask the police to check on that person, and the police will give you the information, but you cannot share the information, and you the police will decide if it is necessary to give you the information, just for the same reason, to protect the human rights of any potential victim and also prevent those victims from going underground. So you have a register that you don't want to make it available to the public because of vigilantism. And that is why the Prime Minister is saying that he will look on the law again to see if it is possible, obviously without people taking the law into their own hands, to try and make these register available to the public so they can look out for those who may want to harm children in their communities.
This incident must be considered a turning point.
A turning point because the suspect is a repeat offender. As reported by TVJ News, Giovanni Ellis was released on bail for an assault case involving a child. He also served time behind bars after being charged for rape.
So that speaks to certain weaknesses, certain issues that we have to take a second look at in our criminal justice system. We have recently reformed the Bail Act, and we do have in place a sex offenders registry. But I think this incident requires that we take a second look on how we make this sex offenders registry available to the public so that the public can be armed with information to protect themselves. Yes, there are constitutional issues that we have to balance.
Well, we now know that Coolie man will not harm any more children again because of this. And for this reason, the mother called for this action. And the question is the mother genuine, or is she protecting her own skin?
We begin with a developing story. Head of the Area 5 Police, Assistant Commissioner Christopher Phillips, has confirmed that 39-year-old Giovanni Ellis, the main suspect in the murder of 9-year-old Kelsey Ferrigan, is dead. It's understood that he was killed a short while ago in Clarendon. Ellis has been on the run since the incident.
Well, the mother gets her wishes, and what you're about to hear will shock you. You will hear the mother's account as she speaks out on what her relationship with her son was and what she would have liked to see happen to him. So, speaking on Popeye's News Network in his interview with the mother, this is what she had to say.
Me talk say him if he dead. All who come to me say if we no catch him, kill him. Because he don't have no heart for when do that the little girl there. And I have none for him neither.
Did you hear what she just said? Listen very carefully. She said, all of those who come for me. So that means that them come for her, you know. Some people come for her ready for take on her vigilante style, you know. And probably burn down her house, you know. Police save her and other residents save her and say, well, she don't have nothing to do with the boy. So therefore, she mentioned that what they need to do to unalive him in order to save her skin, possibly. Maybe, maybe not. But this is what happened when they came for her.
Let me ask you, what has been happening with you and your family since this happened in Joe Blaine? Come in all them place they run, you know. What has been happening?
Man, yesterday, say me I cook little food for the baby, then get something to eat, and the other family member them went in the yard. And one whole heap of crowd running for my brother. So that we could have dead yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's not everybody. It's not everybody have people who stand up for it. People that were around we no say we not have no dealings with him, no contact with him, no nothing at all. Them no say he can come in the yard. We ban him completely. Then the people that stand up for we and say, I know the people them send him God reach. So na come tabo na come burn down house and no come this out.
Oh, so them say them come burn down house and shoot up and thing.
Yeah, as people stand up and say they can't do nothing because we no response to the boy. And then police come on and get rid of everybody out here.
Okay.
Run them out.
So what you notice, vigilante come in order to attack them and burn down the woman's house. And she told them that they can do whatever they want with him, unalive him. She don't care. And at the same time, she also said previously in the video, you can check out Popeye video, by the way. In the video, she said that the guy turned up on her surprisingly, her son turned up on her surprisingly, and she feared for him because he always curse her, and he doesn't know if he would hurt her. So what you realize is that her making that statement for them to unalive him is the fact that he may have threatened her, and she feared for her life from him, and also by those who came to perhaps attack her.
I mean, no say to him not like me. I fear whatever. If he come to do me something, because oh, you walk up, he frighten me. And if you know that come to do something, you then call.
So on the Andre Stevens show, you know, the PD TV show, where Andre allegedly, supposedly, were speaking to one of his victims, which is his own cousin, his mother's sister child, to which he raped. And when he does it, they went to court and he went to prison for 3 years. So this has been going on for a long time, and a man did such an atrocity to a child at the age of 12 at the time, based on this story, if this story is true, and was able to only get 3 years. Clearly the system failed her and failed victims to come in the future.
Is my mother's nephew. His mother and my mother are two sisters from the same parents.
So you know him?
Yeah.
So what he's to be? He's what, your cousin?
Yeah, he's my cousin. About, I think it was in 2013, if I'm checking right, when I was 12 years old.
When you were 12 years old?
Yeah, just turned 12. About, I was 12 this September, and he raped me in the December.
So 2013?
Yeah.
You just became 12?
Yeah.
And he sexually assaulted you?
Yes, in the bush.
In the bush?
But I was fighting back, and he was 29 at that time, or 29 or 20, to some kid in 1920s. Okay.
And he did this to you in the bush?
And the area of Portmore.
In Portmore, he did this to you? And you were fighting him off?
Yeah, and he was choking me. One at a time, I did knock out, and I wake up back, and I still beg him. When he say it choke, when choke me for not me out now work, him use a post and knock me out. Left a big coke in my head.
He used what?
And a post.
And knock you?
Like a stick, yeah. And knock me out.
He knocked you out?
Yeah, completely. I don't know what happened there. But when I wake up, him and one other youth did sit over me. And I start cry. Because me in a whole heap of pain, I don't know what, man. He take out the knife, same that will cut my throat, and you say you can't do that. You turn to him, but he didn't say you can't do that. You don't do it, you do already. Make sure go on. And then make sure this. Give me the post tape, some fire stick for carry home, because of that big look for my mother. And give me them for carry home, and say, if I talk, you might kill me. So make sure this time, I drop them and run off, go home, reach my gate, so come I drop them And my mother them come out and something and him came go the police station and came on us and then them transfer it to 100 man. And from 100 man, I go there, the one use the bathroom, restroom, and the policeman tell me say anything me see in my panty, me not supposed to clean it out or nothing. So when I go in the bathroom, I see blood and white stuff. So my mother tell me say I discharge shot. And same time I break down and them just rush me go to hospital, Sunshine Hospital, and then take me close and place and it broke code. One time I can remember, one time I go in the courthouse. And judge just asked me my name and send me back. And then my mother then tell me saying get 3 years.
So based on the niece story or his cousin's story, he has done this previously before he had done it to her, to a 9-year-old child. Yes, man, the man do it before, and according to her account, the mother put up with it and support him, and the mother never put him right. Now, according to the mother's account, the mother appears to be suggesting that she had no dealings with him for a long time, and she never defend him, and she always curse him, and she will ban him from the yard and the house, and he's no good, and so on. But what you're about to hear from the niece flatly contradicts what the mother has been saying.
Him because I talk to him and he cuss me off. All of them something there. Them son indecent thing.
Yes.
And lock him off. I tell the whole family say I'm done with him. Everybody say I tell them I'm done with him. In any trouble, nobody call me.
Yeah.
In my yard where I live is a family yard. And when him do in the yard, all of my brother them is against him. And when he do me, all of my brother them is against him. So he was banned from my yard over 10 years.
Another girl when we raped before me, I think that girl was 9-year-old at the time.
Repeat that?
But then that girl was 9-year-old at the time.
So you said there was another girl before you who was 9 years old?
And that girl, when he raped her, his mother said, the little girl I take man for a long time. And I seen things she said about me. When the man in the community hold him and his mother, she tell him, say, me I take man for a long time, so nothing wrong. So man then thump her in her mouth and ask her, so what if the little girl I take man for a long time, that not give him no right to take it forcefully?
Wow.
So in this case, his mother help support him because you see when if him do it one time, she's supposed to punish him and make him know same wrong. So she help put him in a disposition with him in her too.
Oh, so his mother.
Because as a mother, you are a child guide. As a mother, so you're supposed to guide the child in the right path.
So you said that he did this to a 9 years old, and you say his mother is always defending him.
Yes.
Which is your aunt.
Who is telling lies, who is telling truth, because the mother said that the father took her to court and took him away from her when he was 2. And based on what the niece allegedly appears to be saying, is that the mother was in his life, and it appears as if he was living with the mother. So the stories don't add up.
Repeat that.
Alright, when he was around you, I'm talking about the sexual offenses. Was it since you and him cut off, did him start go to jail for that, or before you and him cut off?
From my 2-year-old, my father came to go court and take him from me, so him not grow with me.
Oh.
His father, not me.
Can you live over Portmore?
Yes, I was living in Portmore, Gregory Park.
According to the niece, he apologized to her for what he had done to her and said that he's sorry and he's a changed man. But then after he was released again from prison, he tried to molest another 1-year-old baby. And this is what she said he done to the baby.
So he said to you at that time that he's sorry and he's a changed man.
Yeah.
Mighty God.
Until me find out even today that a 1-year-old baby couple years him just get billed the other day for a 1-year-old baby when him that try for molest and the mother must come catch him and him broke the baby hand and bite the baby in her back because him not get for molest her and run off.
What you say he did with that 1-year-old?
Yeah. Try for molest the baby and the mother hear the baby a ball and go to the house. So when you see mother come, he broke the baby and bite the baby in her back.
If this account is true, then you know, sister, the man a sick man. How can you let out a sick man like that out of prison? You know, which judge let out a man like this without taking all the relevant factors into consideration? On the mother's account, it appears as if he broke the baby's hand and beat up the ex-girlfriend. I'm wondering if these two stories are the same. Have a listen.
Well, him and his girlfriend have one little girl. And him beat up a baby, broke into hand. And beat up a girl.
Him beat up the girlfriend or the daughter?
Girlfriend.
Alright, you said the girlfriend have one little girl. So what? Was there anything to do with the little girl why that beating up going?
Me not really know, you know, because me not really associate myself with him, you know, because me cut him off long time.
So people, if you want to see the full interview, check out the Popeyes YouTube channel and the Andre Stevens YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see both interviews. You can compare for yourself. But what is your view? Which one of the stories do you believe? The niece or the mother? And do you see discrepancies in the story? And do you think that the mother is only trying to protect herself by disassociating herself from him in order for vigilante attack not to come her way? Of course, no one supports that. I mean, there's no way Jet is advocating that anyone should harm anyone whatsoever, because everyone has rights. But at the same time, do you think that, what do you think about the stories that you're hearing today? The system, Jet is saying, failed the children he have abused because they let him out without doing the proper assessment whether there's mental health problems or whether this guy is safe to be around children. And the UK system, the Sarah's Law, have a system where they monitor those that are on the register. So police constantly checking them, perhaps putting on tag on their feet as well to track them and see where they're going, and you know, in order to protect children and keep them safe from predators like this monster, this demon like that. And therefore, part of the problem is that the system failed the 9-year-old Kelsey Farragon. And this is why the monster Giovanni Coolie was able to continue to harm children. Write your comments below, man, and let's have a discussion about this. For those of you who've forgotten to subscribe, please remember to touch the like button, smash the subscribe button, touch up the bell, and remember to share with your friends and family. So you are going now. We're going to jet off,